I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Repeat the chant for the 5 elements, because I was...
The chant?
Yeah, you did it, fire, water, thousand water.
I had a chant?
Do
do I know a chant for the 5 elements? No, I'd love to know one. What did I say?
You said fire, water bounces fire.
Yeah, that's like sort of one of the sort of standard ways that we remember the relationships of the 5 elements in Chinese medicine. So it's like metal chops wood, wood covers earth, earth soaks up water, water puts out fire, fire melts metal. Do it again for her if she didn't catch it.
I'm not even here.
Did you get it, Cassandra? You got it? Okay, thanks. Thanks for that. And so that's a great thing to remember because it shows you that the interconnecting, the controlling cycle, right? And then the birthing cycle is a different order, right?
Fire,
You can give her that one.
You can find that online.
Yeah, it's super easy to find online. Just type in 5 elements and you pull up some tutorial. Yeah. Any other questions?
I had a question about the dew. Speaking about the bakshu point, that people thought it was
the dew.
I just wonder how about the dew? How cautious you need to
Thank you so much. I didn't actually get to demonstrate needling the dew channel at all. So I could demonstrate that, or I could just explain it to you. We'll see how it goes here. But basically, you do have to be a little more conscious and cautious when you needle the dew channel than when you're needling the back shoe points. We see with the back shoe points, you're on the top of the paraspinal muscle, right? So, of course, on a very thin person, or if the paraspinal muscle has kind of an indentation because of deficiency, you could be pretty close to the pleural cavity, and we're trying not to cause a pneumothorax, you know. But there's a degree of safety with the back shoe points because essentially you're on top of the muscle, you're on top of that ridge of muscle. With the dew channel points, it's also pretty safe, but you know, it can be very shocking, very intense for somebody to have a dew channel point needled if they're not ready for it, or if you hit a little bit of a nerve the wrong way or something. And having said that, I still think needling the dew channel points is very useful, very, very useful at times. And what I have consistently noticed about working with the dew channel is that when you firstly you need to use a thicker needle. You can't use a super thin 38 gauge, Japanese 102 needle. You've got to use, in my opinion, generally a 30 gauge needle to get into, because when you needle the dew points, unless you just want to needle like very superficially, which is fine to do. If you want to have an energetic effect, just go in a couple of millimeters. That's okay. You can use a very thin needle. Maybe you're working with a sensitive patient. You don't need to do more than that. But sometimes with the dew channel, you want to go in deeper, and you want to use a thicker needle. And then what you'll find is that you hit this thick, gummy connective tissue. And that's a sign that the needle's in the right place. But to get that effectively without the needle bending, it's best to use a 30 gauge needle. And so good places on the dew channel to do that kind of technique are dew 14, which can actually be needled quite deeply, provided that you're careful. So I think I should demo this, because there's actually quite a bit to it, and I totally didn't cover it all. Does anybody have a desire to have a dew channel point needle? Great, come on up. When you needle dew 14 deeply, you're getting needle sensation to go through to the throat. And that's the value of needling it deeply. That you can kind of open up the energy of the throat. And of course, this is the meeting of the 6 yang channels, right? So when you get dew 14 open, it can really help to release blockages at this level. And when people get older, David's not old enough for this to be an issue, but when people get older, one of the places that you see deficiency below and excess above, which is the typical syndrome of aging manifest, is you get this kind of build up here as the thyroid and the kidney energy decline, and then you just get blockage through here, and then chronic neck problems start, and postural imbalances and so on. So needling dew 14, even if you just do it very lightly, not in the way that I'm going to necessarily do it, can still be very useful. So I'm just going to find Okay, so if I take a straight line from his acromion, that's going to kind of intersect me to there or there, and I'm not quite sure which one is his T7, and which one is T1, and which one is C7 right now. So I'm going to just play around a little bit more and figure it out. I think that is going to be C7. That's T1. Yeah, that's T1. So what I have found from needling the dew channel is that it's very good to exactly make sure that you are, excuse me, I just got to move this way, that you're on the middle of the vertebrae. And typically when you needle dew channel points, the pain will go to one side or the other side or right into the middle. Right? So you can ask the person what the sensation is. They're normally going to tell you, oh, I feel it going a little bit to, off to the right or off to the left. Oh, now it's right in the middle, kind of thing. So I oftentimes will put the needle in and kind of explore, what direction the sensation is going. Okay, once the needle's in, David, I don't want you to move your arms, okay? Go ahead and just move your arm again as you did. Take a look at the musculature. See that? Totally don't want that to happen once this needle's in deeply. So you have to kind of, let your patient know about that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be vibrating the spine back and forth, because you see, what I don't want to do is puncture his lungs. If I'm not right in the middle, I run a little bit of a risk maybe that I'm going to actually do something wacky to his lungs. Don't want to do that. Okay. I want to get it right in the middle there. I have to admit, I really like 30 gauge needles. So you can really sort of get a sense of what you're working with. How are you doing, good? Good. There we go, good. You okay? Did the sensation go to the left? To the right. See, my needle is slightly angled to the left. I thought maybe the sensation went to the left. No, actually it went to the right. So I always ask people, it's always interesting. So now I'm going to back it out. You okay? What are you experiencing?
Like a tingling to the right of the vertebrae.
Yeah. Okay. This is very normal. It's a very normal reaction to needling the dew channel. That means that my needle location was probably too far that way. So now I'm going to take it up to the surface, and I'm going to actually angle it a little bit this way. Ah, there we go. Nice. What's it doing now?
Same
sensation
spot there on the right,
but
more strong.
Okay, I'm going to take it out, see if it bleeds. It might bleed because it's a deeper needle and a thicker needle, but it didn't bleed. And I'm actually going to reinsert it just about 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters to the left. Say that again? Thank you. Let's clean this up again. So I can see where I put the needle in from my nice little circle, because I pressed pretty deeply on the gut tube. So I'm just going to move it over. I gave it my best shot based on palpation, but the sensation is the key. The sensation of the patient often is the key with these. You all right?
Wow.
What's it doing?
Just like right
Yeah, my angle
locally.
is wrong. There we go. Nope, not quite. Come on, baby. Nah, now I'm fishing and it's not quite right. Okay, I'm going to try again. I'm not afraid as an acupuncturist to try a few times if I want to do a strong treatment. Strong treatment. There we go. There we go. Nice.
You do have to
Now
have
it's
a
on
willing
the left.
patient, though.
Yeah, and a patient that's not like hypersensitive. I'm not doing this on a needle phobic patient. How is this?
Is that on the left?
No, it's on the left.
Okay. Are you liking it?
It's okay.
So it's quite slanted to the left. I'm going to pull it up to the surface, and I'm going to aim it a little bit more centrally.
So what is the feet movement? Is it hurting?
That's because it's hurting him.
Yeah.
We call that pain.
Oh.
Yes. Just remember to tell your friends acupuncture is painless.